This is Candidate Conversations on the WIDU Radio Network. I'm your host, Jay Reinstein. And with me today, I have Joe Baylor running for sheriff in Cumberland County. He's a Democrat. And I want to welcome you to Candidate Conversations, Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. And we had something in common. We were just talking about Ireland and this one artist. It's ironic. It's very cool. But tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and why you want to run for sheriff.
Sure. Well, lifelong Cumberland County resident.
Yep.
My father retired here in the early 80s. I started school here. I did have the opportunity to go and graduate from college prep school, Oak Hill Academy.
Yep.
After that, moved up to Greenville to look at college. It wasn't for me at the time. Went into the military.
Yeah.
Served my country. And
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Came right back home.
Yeah, yeah, and you had some very famous alum at your school too.
I did. Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, Stackhouse. Yeah, a lot of people have come through Oak Hill's hallways.
Wow. Are you buddies with any of these? I mean, you're calling
I wish
them like, yeah.
they'll talk to me, but it's.
That's very cool. And tell people what you're doing now. You're working.
Sure. So I'm the director of public safety at Fayetteville Tech. I ensure the safety of all the staff and faculty there. And the students. We have over 30,000 in the population.
Yeah.
During the semester.
Yeah, it's a good size.
Second largest, if I'm not mistaken, in the state.
Wow. I think Wake Tech is number one.
Wake is the first.
Wake is number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you become sheriff, if you're elected, it's an elected position.
Yes, sir.
What do you think would be one of the big challenges you would face in that position in this community?
I don't know. Right now, one of the big challenges is the jail.
And, talk about that. Yeah.
I'd like to get in there and see what's going on and solve the issues that they've had. I'm a good problem solver. I've done that throughout my career. That's my main avenue. People hire me when things need to be solved.
Right. Yeah. What is one of the big, because I've heard the issues, I don't know if it's overcrowding, but what do you think the sheriff and the county could do to maybe improve the situation? Is it just money? What would it take to
Of course, money's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
Technology, the building structure itself is in disrepair. If it's not safe for the officers in there, it's not safe for the inmates that are being housed there.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it a warehouse for one.
Right.
I believe in a lot of community involvement and getting the community to assist us in the nonviolent crimes.
Sure.
So we're not packing the beds in there.
Yeah. Again, we're talking to Joe Baylor, running for Cumberland County Sheriff. He's a Democrat. One of the things that you often hear is, there's vacancies in the department. How would you, if elected sheriff, do you have any strategies possibly to improve recruitment and maybe improve retention in the department so that we can be more effective?
Sure. So one of the luxuries I have at work is I'm able to teach also. So I know a lot about the criminal justice system and how it works.
Yeah.
I have built a plan for recruitment. I've had to do recruiting within my own agency and
that's good.
Within the military. When I was in the military, I wasn't a recruiter, but bringing people into specialized skill sets, things like that. So yes, of course, money's going to be part of that, but the other part of that is education. I want to make sure that they're educated and they understand the why. They understand why they're out there doing what they're doing, because it sparks a different conversation when they're dealing with somebody.
Right. Do you think in this county, what do you think that the sheriff's department has been doing well? Is there something that just jumps out at you, and is there something that you think could really be improved if you become sheriff? So
as far as the improvement side, the follow-up, the engagement with the community. I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they stated they'd never seen a sheriff's deputy pull somebody over.
Wow.
Not that would be a negative thing.
Right.
Or assist somebody on the side of the road. They don't see that. They found it odd. They always see the city police officers engaging, right? And it's not always a negative thing when you're dealing with law enforcement, right?
Right.
It could be a positive outcome.
Sure.
As far as positive, I can't think of anything right now that would come to
Got
mind.
it. Nothing that jumps out.
Nothing jumps out at me.
For the listeners, I think that a lot of people sometimes question the roles and responsibilities of police and sheriff. And sheriff is really the whole county.
Sure.
And
Yes, sir.
so what would be is there a primary difference between police and sheriff's department?
Well, with the sheriff's department, the sheriff has the courthouse and the jail, which are major
big.
responsibilities.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have to police those on the outskirts and assist their brothers and sisters in the other agencies.
Yeah.
So it's the big brother of them all, is the way I
Yeah.
look at it. Even though their focus is with the jail and with the courthouse.
Right.
The foundation, of course, would be at the jail and the courthouse. Those are where it starts at, right?
Right.
If we don't have a place to get them the resources that they need, either through rehabs or jail, whatever the judge or whoever deems what needs to happen,
Right.
We can't go out and police correctly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. Do you think if talk about vision possibly? You know, if you look 3 to 5 years down the road, is there anything that you think the county system, the jail, and really everything that's sort of under the responsibility of the sheriff, what could that vision be? I mean, where could you go from here?
So I tell this story about my time in the military. I had the honor of being a bomb dog attached to Secret Service or assisting Secret Service.
Wow.
They bring us in when they're understaffed
Yeah.
also. But I've been on over 100 Secret Service missions for heads of state, presidents, from President Clinton, President Bush, their families, the King of UAE. So
Wow.
I've got to see things at a different level,
Yeah,
if that makes
yeah.
sense.
Very much.
And then when I train, when I was a child, and I'll probably be dating myself here, but the show SWAT that used to come out with the
Of
guys.
course.
Right. I always wanted to be that guy, and I think that was growing
Got
up.
it.
Every little boy that watched that kind of show,
Right,
or
right.
girl that wanted to be in that,
Yeah.
watched that show, they wanted to do that. I got the opportunity to train with the LA SWAT
Wow.
when I was in South America. They came down and we traded techniques.
That's pretty cool.
But I got to train them also. So I was looking at them being elite. Now,
Yeah.
what does that make me if I'm training the elite?
Absolutely. You're elite.
So, and I expect that of the people that work for me.
Yeah.
I want to make Cumberland County Sheriff's Department the destination. I want to go back to where there's a waiting list to come work for the sheriff.
That's great.
Because it was there before.
Yeah.
It hasn't been there in several years, and I want to bring that back.
That's a good vision. That's a good vision. You know, we often hear, again, we're talking to Joe Baylor running for Cumberland County Sheriff. He's a Democrat. You know, since George Floyd and really in the past 5-6 years, there's been a lot of distrust with law enforcement. People don't trust them. And there's been a lot of issues. And you know, we know most cops, most deputies, sheriffs are good people. They do good work.
Yes, sir.
How do you improve that trust amongst your citizens so that, I don't know if it's better engagement. Talk about how you would do that, how you would reach out, you and maybe your deputies, to improve that trust within the department.
Sure. There's somewhat of a will that's already been developed there. In 2016, I was invited to the White House
Nice.
for the 21st Century Policing Task Force Symposium.
Wow.
So Chief Metlock, the prior
I
Fayetteville police chief,
know him very well.
He was part of the initial. I got a phone call and an email one day, and at first I didn't think it was who it was. It was
Right.
the White House.
Right.
Now, I'd done work with the White House before, but never from my current position.
Yeah.
And they asked us to come up there, so I was up there, and I was the only person from education in my class.
Wow, interesting.
Sat there with all the AGs, sheriffs, and police chiefs from around the United States
Yeah.
in this room. And they gave us guidelines.
Yeah.
Those guidelines, if used properly, work.
Yeah.
I don't see them here in the sheriff's department. They talk about transparency, accountability,
Right.
wellness of the officer. All those things you have to look at, right?
Right.
And they also talk about recruiting.
Yeah.
Social media, how to deal with the social media, how to be proactive in social media or be proactive in general. And I just don't see those pillars being used. And that's what I'm going to bring to the table.
And that's, I'm glad you brought that up, because that is, that experience that you had, to be able to bring that to Cumberland County would be huge.
Yes, sir.
Why should people vote for Joe Baylor, Sheriff, Cumberland County? March 3rd is the primary. Why should they vote for you?
Throughout my career, being a leader, I'm a leader over the college. I've learned to listen. And when you listen,
Yeah.
people appreciate that.
Right.
And when you follow through with what they've asked for, they appreciate that. And that's why I listen.
Yeah. So that's why we're going to vote. That's why people are going to come out March 3rd, vote for Joe Baylor.
Right. And again, I'm a man of my word. If I say it's going to be done, it's going to be done.
Great. Well, thank you for coming here today, joining us.
Thank you for the
again,
invitation.
Joe Baylor, running for Sheriff, Cumberland County, Democrat, March 3rd. Thank you for joining Canada Conversations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.